Hey everyone, timscomputerfix.net. This video I'm about to show you here, this is a follow-up from the Phanteks Evolv X case that I kind of did a little explanation of or went into detail with on a video I did. But this is a follow-up to it. I'm actually adding my parts to it and I'll explain as I go what's in it. And as usual, I'll have links down below this video where you can purchase these items. So I'm just going to real quick go through step by step on every part that I installed into this case. Not really a how-to video, but more of a along for the ride in a way to just to kind of get a feel for the case. But there are some lovely parts I put into it, so I think you'll enjoy that. All right, so we're going to be putting in the ROG Asus Maximus 10 Hero motherboard into this. So since there's glass on both sides of this case, I'm not going to lay this down. I could if I protect the backing and everything, but I think this comes equipped with a couple of standoffs here that have little lips on them, so it'll catch the motherboard or help hold it into place. Let's go ahead and set this in. These new Asus boards has the I/O plate built in, which I love. Let's see if we can just carefully ease this board into place. Now I've already checked to be sure my standoffs are in the correct position. Okay, looking for those. So it does help. It kind of snaps into those two standoffs there that kind of help hold this into place. Alright, so we got the motherboard sitting up there. It was relatively easy to put the motherboard in while the case is vertical. Okay, so what I have done here is I have removed the white Phanteks fans and I have replaced them with these Noctua fans right here. And right here in the front, got 320 millimeters there. And I've got 140 millimeter there in the back. So that's going to be a much quieter, and I'll show you how the cabling worked out for those fans here. Okay, as you can see, the Noctua fan cables I have routed through the back. And these are going to be able to reach this hub that comes with the case. Also take note that I have removed the glass doors to this case, which makes it a lot lighter, a lot easier to turn around and to maneuver. Okay, for our water cool, we're going to use the Kraken X72. Get this guy here out of the box. Cabling and brackets, instructions, some more fan cables there. Water cool's unit itself. Yeah, if you excuse me, I'm kind of the one-arm tech today. I have a little arm injury, so we'll do just fine here. Go ahead and remove these screws once again from the back, or loosen them so we can slide this. All right, pop the cover off. Our radiator bracket here. Go ahead and take off the two screws here that hold down our radiator bracket. Gently remove it. There we go. Now we're just going to mount our radiator to this. So the way I'm going to mount with this particular radiator is I want to mount these fans. There's two ways you can mount it, directly or indirectly is what you're going to call this. So the fans, the way you mount the fans, I want to mount the fans in the indirect method here. I want the fans to be sandwiched between the radiator and the top of the case. Basically the fans will not be showing. So what I've got, the way I've got it set up here is I have this radiator on the edge of my table and I have the pump hanging down here. And these fans, you want to be sure with these fans to be sure you get the cables power cables themselves facing the back side of what is going to be the case. So we want the cables oriented this way. And then we also want to be sure that the airflow that we have is up. It's going to be up through the case, through this and out of the case. So we can just line up these 4 fans here. Then we want to take our top case bracket and position it appropriately. Okay, and we want to take our long 30mm screws that comes with our kit. Slide that through. I'm just going to do crisscross here on every one of them. All right, well, that's good enough for now. So now we have the entire radiator fan. See how the fans there are sandwiched in between the radiator? That's what we want. And this is called the indirect mounting of the fans, where the fans don't even show. So let me just drop this in the case, and let's just be sure that this is going to fit properly. Just let our heatsink drop in there nice and carefully like that. Nice and easy. Pull this out here. That. And like that. Nice and easy. Slide it in to kind of lock it into place. That looks like it's going to work superb. And we got our nice NZXT emblem showing. We got our radiator showing instead of the fans. Oh, I think that's going to be nice. And that's exactly why I don't tighten down all the fans and secure everything in until I fully test fit everything. But I was able to pivot these hoses to where it looks like it's going to kind of go in like this. Okay, now that I have all my screws and my fans all tightened down and ready to go, we're going to go with the Intel back plate. Of course, the kit with this cooler comes with an AMD back plate if you are doing AMD, and the Intel bracket is already pre-installed on the heatsink, and you can also swap that out with an AMD one if you're going with AMD. But we're going to go ahead and install this back plate. Very simply, you just put it on the back of the motherboard around the processor socket, and once we get that on there, we'll go from there. So we'll install this now. Okay, so here's my back plate. This is the way you want to orientate it, and I'm just going to reach behind the case here and find my marks. They're in perfectly, coming through each one, right? That's what you want to see. Okay, and then from that point, we'll just install these Intel standoffs onto those. We'll do all 4 of them like that. All right, so make sure we take the plastic cover off, of course. This has its own thermal material on the bottom. So then we just very simply just mount the pump onto those standoffs, like so. And then we'll go ahead and install and tighten it down with the thumb screws that are provided. All right, we also want to be sure that the NZXT label is pointing, is upside right. And that usually you can tell just by the way the hoses are right next to the memory. That way you know, plus the stickers, you know, there to kind of guide you to. So I already got one thumb screw on. I'll get the next one on here. Get all this shored up. Okay, and we can just tighten those up with a little bit of a screwdriver too, just to give it, snug it all down, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, so you can see, you know, you can pivot these hoses any way you like, but I've got these kind of pushed up here all the way up in sort of a way that just lets the lines like snake up and down. It gives all of this, it leaves all of this open. It just gives it a lot more of a cleaner look, in my opinion. You can see most of the RAM RGBs this way. I just think that's a pretty good way to mount that in this particular case. Up top, fits well. As you can notice, I don't know if you can see, the radiator fits quite nicely up there. Probably can't see that too good, but plenty of room. There you go. See there? Nice. That's really nice. So, awesome. So we just have to get our power supply put in here. It'll be our next thing. And we'll be able to start testing things out. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, why don't you head right down below here, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. That would be really awesome. I have much more computer repair videos coming your way. There's also a bell you can click for to get notifications for my videos. I really appreciate everybody's support. And as usual, everyone, until next time, see you soon.